Hi, this is Lisa Keslar. Thank you all for joining us. We're here today to talk about Cheers for Charity, which is a local group that's been started to build awareness and support for local charities. And I'm here with JoAnn Burchuk and with Stephanie Beck from Belay. And I'm going to give them each a chance to introduce themselves, and then we're going to learn a little bit more about Belay. JoAnn, would you like to tell us a little more?
Oh, sure. Hi, JoAnn Burchuk. I'm with Lighthouse Physical Therapy, and so excited to be co-partnered with Lisa Keslar on this great project to help support our local charities. And Stephanie, go right ahead.
Hi, everybody. My name is Stephanie Beck, and I'm the Executive Director for Belay. Belay has been in Newmarket for, well, since 2008. So very happy to be here with you guys. Thanks for having us.
Fantastic. So Stephanie, you want to just tell us a little bit about your organization, your cause, who you support, and how you do that? Give us a little overview about Belay.
Yeah, absolutely. Belay is a local organization. We were started by a local woman named Crescentia Healy-True, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer in her early 40s, and she had two daughters at the time, Emma and Erin, and she was looking for supports for her girls. She looked all around and really only found very traditional support groups that were not a great match for her young and super adventurous kids. So she decided to do something about it, and she started Belay. So Belay is adventure programs. Our goal is to create a community of kids who know, well, who understand what it's like when someone you love has cancer. We do that, we build that community through adventure. So our kids will go to ropes course, we'll go to, we do some climbing gyms, we also do some overnight hikes in the summertime. Our goal, though, really is just to connect those kids to other kids who get it and have some fun along the way. Something unique about Belay is that we don't talk about cancer. The kids are connecting. Everyone knows that's why they're there. But it's really a chance for those kids to have a day off from worry, a day off from their family members' cancer, a day for them to just be a kid. Like I said, we've been around since 2008, and so I think that brings us into our 12th year as a legit 501c3. We program all over New England. We're in Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts, but our home base is definitely the Newmarket, Durham area.
Oh, fantastic. Now, what is the age group for the kids that you target, and how many kids do you currently service with this program?
We work with kids 8 to 18, and we served in the last year or so a little over 150 kids. Kids can come to an Belay program as often as they want. A program is always free, and we're running programs roughly once a month.
Oh, excellent. And how has the current situation affected your programming right now, and what are your current needs for that?
Yeah, crazy times, right? Crazy for everyone, for sure. Well, it actually has had a pretty massive impact on our program in that we're a face-to-face program. Like, we get together and we do stuff outside, and very clearly it's not safe for us to do that. And families who are especially in treatment would be especially vulnerable during this time. So it would be a terrible idea for us to get together face to face. So, but this is kind of what Belay has been preparing for. Like, it's why we do adventure activities. It's why we're at the Brown places like the Brown Center. It's to help us be resilient in these crazy times. So we, like everyone else, like you guys, we're trying to figure out how can we still connect our community even though we can't be together face to face. So we had our first virtual Belay program, and there were some really interesting things that kind of came out of it. Normally we're programming just with the kids. So the kids come, mom and dad head out, they go have some fun, kids stay with us and have some fun. And when we decided to try a virtual program, well, we're still trying to build community, so we can't have the kids by themselves do it. So we were able to sort of refocus our current program so that the whole family can do on Belay. So we still did adventure, but we brought it to people's homes and to the whole family. And I'm going to digress a tiny bit, but one of our families, they talk about when the Mueller family, Kelly Mueller, when she was first diagnosed with breast cancer, she and her husband Dave sat their 3 kids down and just, told them what the scoop was, and decided as a family that they were really going to look for the silver linings that were going to come their way because of her cancer diagnosis. And she often shares that on Belay is one of those silver linings for her kids. And I've been thinking about this COVID-19 piece, and really I was reluctant. I was a little bit scared. I was nervous to do this virtual thing because that's just not in our wheelhouse. And what we're finding is that it still works. It's a little rocky. It doesn't work perfectly, but we're all trying to figure it out, and it's still working okay. And it's one of the silver linings I'm seeing is that this is an opportunity for On Belay to really connect with those families and those kids in between programs. Hadn't really been doing that before. So this is giving us an opportunity to really think outside of our regular adventure box and think about how we can kind of just expand that community. The other thing that's super cool, and I think other people are experiencing this too, is that you don't have to live close enough to drive to be a part of it. You can just, join in from wherever you are. So there's definitely been some things that I wish weren't happening, but also some stuff that's kind of like, that's kind of cool. I didn't think that would, I wasn't expecting that either. Like, that's the whole piece about hope, right? All these kind of unexpected things can happen in between where you are and where you're going, and it could turn out kind of cool. So it's definitely been challenging, but as I say, also some cool silver linings for our organization and for our kids.
That's fantastic to hear. I know children who have gone through your program and have had a fantastic experience in terms of building community and support in ways that they wouldn't have otherwise. And it's an amazing organization. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of the gingerbread build in December. And hopefully there'll be some ability to do that when that time comes, because it's just a wonderful fundraiser and another example of some of the cool stuff you guys do. If people want to learn more about On Belay and want to know either how they can get involved, or they can donate or support, or just to know more about it as a resource potentially for their family or for other people they know, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can certainly email me or call us. Our email addresses and our phone numbers are right on our website. Our website has some great information for how to be a part of On Belay. We've got a volunteer interest form, and there's certainly, there's always something that the cancer community has been impacted with COVID-19 is that they are certainly even more stressed. They've had surgeries that have been postponed because of hospitals preparing to treat folks who have COVID-19, and also just their treatment protocols are changing. Kids are home from school. Just like add the stress that you might be experiencing, add the thought that you might also have cancer to that, just like your daily trying to get through your day sort of stress. So certainly folks can support On Belay financially through our website. We have a really fantastic monthly giving program that I really encourage folks to check out. It's a way to just $5 a month, $10 a month. You can really have a huge impact on a kid. As I mentioned earlier, our programs are free. So it's a great way for you to make a difference you could be a big fish in a really small pond when you donate to On Belay. We certainly have social media as well. And one of the things I always ask to do is when you encounter people who might be able to use On Belay, please share that information. Let them know that On Belay is here. I think that when you first get a cancer diagnosis, you are really just sort of like focused on making sure kids are getting to soccer, that they are getting breakfast, that you still have, you've got all your clothes on in the morning when you leave. And so as friends and allies to folks who are in treatment, we can share and hold those resources safe for them. And On Belay is definitely one of those resources for their kids.
Oh, that's fantastic. This has been such a great interview. I really appreciate you coming on and telling us all about On Belay and what you guys are doing. And we look forward to being more involved in the future with you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, you guys. It was delightful.
It was great. It's always nice to see you, Stephanie. Thank you so much for joining the Cheers for Charity family. And we look forward to maybe being able to do this in person sooner rather than later.
I hope so. Take good care, you guys.
Yes, thank you. You too.
Thanks.